Welcome to CandleLight Audiobook. The Secret Misses. Chapter 411. After he took off his coat, Theo rolled his sleeves up. It might take a while. You can go and rest in the next room. You don't look very well, didn't get enough sleep? Luna touched her eye bags consciously. I was too excited last night. I spent all night reading the scripts. Go and take a short nap. I'll wake you up when I'm done. The boss works while I take a nap. That wouldn't look too good, would it? Luna felt that doing so would be inappropriate. Theo glanced at her. You couldn't help me even if you weren't sleeping, so I'd feel better if you go and sleep for a while. Okay. I'll go now. She quickly stepped away from the devil's desk. The devil had lost control of his flirting aura. Luna went into the lounge area swiftly. Even though the lounge had a simple and cold design, it felt a little warmer, probably because the devil had slept here before. Wait. The place where the devil slept? She was to sleep right here? As she was contemplating, her phone rang. A new message came through. Cabbage Goldberg, the bed sheets are newly changed. Did the devil have God's eyes? Scary. Outside the resting room, Theo was smiling while imagining Luna's face when she saw his message. Later, he focused on reading the script, and since Luna did not sleep at all last night, she was fast asleep after a while. It was nice and peaceful inside the office, but a storm was brewing outside. As people saw Theo come running back, everyone panicked. Crap, things must be really serious this time. What's our boss like? He's usually calm and collected, but he didn't care about his image this time and just blazed through the building. According to the receptionist, he was really scary back in the lobby. Secretary Gary cried in fear. Suddenly everyone turned to Alex. Assistant Alex, if you know anything, don't hide from us. I'm about to get a heart attack. Right. Tell us the truth. Is the company in an emergency? Are we going to lose our jobs? Please tell us, at least we can mentally prepare ourselves. There was a woman just now holding some documents into CEO Goldberg's office. Is she here to report the bad news? Alex was surrounded by people and the situation was chaotic. Please everyone, stop asking, I really don't know anything. Just wait patiently. Actually, he was quite sure that the company had no issues. But he was still worried even if it was not about the company. Especially since it involved Mississippi Brown, it was, in fact, more worrying. As time passed, the sun went down and the workday came to an end. No one dared to leave and most workers just waited by their desks. In the CEO's office. Theo looked over at the direction of the lounge. It seemed like he had stared at it for quite some time. After a while, he looked at the time and then put the script he had long finished reading down. He stood up and went towards the resting room, then knocked on the door. It was quiet inside, not a sound was heard. Theo opened the door gently and went inside. Chapter 412. On the huge, soft bed, the girl was sleeping soundly with her flushed cheeks and jet black hair strewn across the white pillow under her head. Theo's heart automatically became calm, as he sat lightly on the bedside with an urge to not do anything and just continue watching her like this. Not do anything? At this moment, with this view. It seemed quite impossible. Ever since she had left the Platinum Palace, it had been very, very long, too long since he could watch her from such a close distance. It had been very long since he had gotten close to her. Even though he knew he shouldn't, all rationality and self-restraint went out of the window as temptation was king of the moment. Theo picked up a lock of the girl's hair and kissed it lightly. He then slowly lowered his lips to cover her soft, cherry-colored lips. He initially only wanted to give her a slight peck, but obviously, this was a wild wish of his. After the touch, those soft and sweet lips made him sigh, and he could not help but slowly caress her face. Then he used his finger to lightly hold her jaw and greedily invaded deeper to receive even more sweetness. The girl had trouble breathing and whimpered uncomfortably. Theo's back stiffened and he knew he should move away, yet his body did not listen to him. Instead, it became even more excited, feeling her resistance as he held her lips and kissed her even deeper. Theo. When he heard her mumble his name, Theo became even more aroused as he held her waist, wanting to mold her body into his. Feeling the soreness on her lips, Luna frowned and unhappily waved at him, "Cabbage Goldberg." Theo was speechless. When he heard those words, Theo was stunned. When he returned to his senses, his head was buried in the warmth of her neck. He then started to laugh softly, even the enchanting atmosphere was disrupted by her. Cabbage Goldberg? This nickname. Fine, actually it didn't sound too bad. Very unique. Only exclusive to her. When he saw that the night had dawned upon them, Theo finally called out the girl's name with a heavy heart, "Luna, wake up." Luna opened her eyes in a daze. The moment she had clarity, she saw a perfect face and eyes as gentle as the stars in front of her. Was she dreaming? No, wait. She was resting in the devil's restroom in his office. Luna quickly got up, "Big boss. Have I slept for very long? What time is it now?" "Not too long, only 2 hours, just nice." "Pfft. Am I a pig? How did I sleep for 2 whole hours?" Luna quickly rolled off the bed and then folded the blanket. "Don't bother, someone will tidy that up later." "Oh. Let's go, it's really late, it's time to eat." When Luna had gathered herself, she first got down to business. "Right, boss, have you finished reading the script? How is it? Can I act in it?" Actually, she was very worried that the topic in the script might not be accepted by Theo, who was such a serious and conservative man. "I've read half of it," Theo answered. "Half of it?" The speed of this devil's reading was not too fast, wasn't it? This was not science. It was probably because he was going through it carefully, so he was more detailed about it, she supposed. "Hey, this is sad, did she have to wait for another day? How anxious." Luna was an impatient girl and she could not wait for another minute, what more another day, so she bitterly asked, "What else can I do then?" "I'll wait for you to finish reading it and look for you again tomorrow." Chapter 413. Theo took his coat from the rack and said as he put it on, "I'm afraid that won't do, I have to leave the country for work, the first thing tomorrow morning." "What?" Luna exclaimed. "This is bad news. Why does the devil want to run away?" Theo thought about it, then said, "So, I have 2 propositions now." "What are they?" Luna quickly asked. Theo continued, "First proposition, wait for me to return after a week of work outstation." 1 week. Even though it was not too long, a week was not that short either. "What's the second proposition?" Theo looked at her, then said, "Second proposition, follow me home." "What?" Luna was stunned. What do you mean?" "What I mean is, tonight you can have dinner at my place. After dinner, I'll start reading the remaining half. When I'm done, I'll discuss my opinions with you. We should be able to get it done by tonight," Theo explained. Luna blinked, then said without hesitation, "I choose the second one." Was there even a choice? Of course, she'd choose the second one. But, upon revealing her choice, why did she feel like she just got tricked again? Theo's eyes twinkled and he said, let's go." Luna politely walked in front of him and helped Theo push the office door open. In the next moment, she was dumbfounded when she opened the door. At that time of the day, everyone should have been done with work. But all she saw was a place filled with employees. None of them had left work and they were all working on their desk looking seriously. Except from time to time, they looked over. Luna could not help but sigh, "Big boss, your employees are all so hard-working." Theo looked at his employees and then looked at Alex, who had waited for God knew how long outside his office. Alex carried everyone's hopes, so no matter how afraid he was, he could only warily walk up to him. Of course, he could not admit that everyone did not dare leave because they were too frightened, so he just laughed. To thank the company's mentorship, everyone took the initiative to work overtime today. Theo looked coldly. "I have always been an advocate for work efficiency and not working overtime. Alex thought to himself, it's over. Then, Theo added, but your attitude is to be complimented. Everyone shall get a 3% salary increment for this month as a reward. Theo naturally knew what they thought. However, he was not himself today and it probably frightened them. Let's just call it mental compensation fees. In fact, the wife had just complimented them for being hardworking too. Obviously, that was the main point. When they heard Theo's words, everyone could not believe their ears. Had they imagined that? They had been worried for the entire afternoon, thinking that the company was going to close down. At last, the boss was giving out rewards instead. This had come too suddenly. However, before they could get over their shock about the increment, what was even more shocking came after. Let's go, Theo turned to say to Luna. Then as he walked past his employers, he spoke gently to the girl beside him, asking, what do you want to eat tonight? I see your circle of friends has been talking about going on a diet. Shall I tell the kitchen to prepare some less oily food? That'd be good. Actually, I'm fine with anything. You don't have to care too much about me. I can also eat less. You can go on a diet, but you have to take care of yourself too. What did you think of Tom's recommended nutritionist the last time? If he's good, I can get her to prepare a suitable program for you. Would that be too much trouble? It won't, I'll help you make the call tonight. Behind them, the entire company was speechless. Chapter 4:14. Jesus. What had they just seen? What did they just hear? They were caught off guard by this sweet couple. This sudden conjugal love. In that instant, everyone turned to look at Ching Fong at the same time. It seemed as if it was going to turn into a frenzy. We are about to get a lady boss. Pfft. Assistant Alex, you're not loyal now. How could you keep such a huge secret from us? And not even leak a little. You made all of us sheet our pants. Just now, the boss suddenly said he was giving us an increment, only because the lady boss complimented us as hardworking, wasn't it? The boss has never liked us working overtime. It must be. Alex rolled his eyes, even he was sheeting his pants. It was a good thing the both of them were okay, and since the boss was giving out an increment and spoke so gently, the crisis must have been resolved, and the skies were clear again. From a certain perspective, it seemed that this Miss Luna would be the person to determine their survival or death. When everyone had calmed down, one of the female employees unhappily mumbled, "You lot shouldn't be all emotional for nothing now." Who knows if it was the lady boss or not? Many of the company's female employees secretly admired Theo and felt like the big boss belonged to everyone. Now that he suddenly belonged to someone else, they naturally didn't feel happy and echoed, "Who knows? He could just be fooling around." One of the male employees looked at them like they were stupid and rebutted, "From the perspective of a man, the boss is definitely serious this time. If the boss was really the kind of person who fools around, wouldn't there have been a woman beside him all these years? Didn't you see how the boss was not himself earlier? Have you seen the boss this gentle before? Have you seen the boss speak in complete sentences to anyone before? Not only that. From the moment I entered the company, I've never heard the boss speak this much. I almost thought that our boss had speaking difficulties. Alas, he did not have any difficulties at all when trying to coax girls. This is nothing, we all thought that the boss liked men." All the unwilling female employees looked aggravated but had no room to argue. Since they could not counter the arguments, they made other remarks. "Who's the woman? She even wore a mask. Is she ugly? Even with the mask, you could see that she's a beauty. All you women who want a piece of the boss should stop dreaming. Bastard, who wants to have a piece of the boss? We're not used to watching witches hook up with our boss. It can't really be that Millie, right? Actually, Millie has quite a good reputation. She's like a goddess. She's quite a good fit with our boss. Are you blind? That Millie's so fake, how could she be a suitable match for our boss? Stop arguing. All you women just admit that no matter which woman it is, you won't be satisfied. At Platinum Palace. Once they got down from the car, Luna looked at the bungalow in front of her absent-mindedly. To be honest, when she first left, she never thought that she would return, ever. Theo saw her staring blankly and asked, "What's wrong?" "Nothing," Luna shook her head, then walked into the residence. As she was walking, her phone rang. It was Adam. "Hello, what's up?" "Nothing's up, I just wanted to remind you not to be late tonight. If you make me wait again, I'll really flip." Adam threatened her. Luna was confused. Tonight? What should I not be late for tonight? Luneo she. What's wrong with you? Oh, I remember now, we're doing a live stream for the gameplay tonight, right? I know. I was just kidding, I definitely didn't forget. I definitely won't be late. I've got to go now. Luna quickly hung up the phone, then looked a little guilty. In reality, under the big boss charm, she had forgotten about this. Luna looked towards Theo bitterly. "Big boss, you know I've become the spokesperson for a game. In conjunction with the promotion of the game, I have to do a live stream of the gameplay tonight. I have no choice. You can use my computer." Chapter 4:15. Luna was taken aback. "Use your computer?" Theo lightly ruffled her hair. "Don't worry, the configuration on my computer is high enough, and the speed of the internet in my house is very fast too, so there shouldn't be a problem." Oh. As she watched the devil's reassuring expression and tone, Luna blinked her starry eyes and nodded. The devil would definitely have a computer with the best specifications. As for the internet speed, she had experienced how fast it was herself. When she used to live here, she loved the internet speed the most. It was so quick that browsing web pages and playing games were an awesome experience. "I'll bring you upstairs, so you can try using it first." Okay. The both of them talked as they walked into the house. Not too far away, Butler Brandon was shocked to see the both of them unexpectedly coming home together. He bowed and greeted respectfully, "Welcome home, Big Master." "Hello Miss Luna, did you come today, as our guest?" The old butler looked at Luna to clarify, clearly emotional. "Hello, Grandpa Butler. I'm over to do some things." Luna answered. "Is that so?" The old butler was obviously a little disappointed, but then he thought, if they could calmly coexist with one another, it was progressing well. He could see that the master was in a good mood. The last time they had fought so seriously, that it had really frightened him quite a bit. This was when Wan emotionally ran over with small steps. "Miss Luna. You've returned." Luna lamented silently over the greeting of her return. "Hey, the devil's servants are all not to be underestimated." Luna laughed slightly. Wan, did you miss me?" "Of course." Wan's face reddened as she mumbled, then she noticed Theo was present too, so she quickly bowed to greet, "Welcome home, Big Master." The girl's face could not hide her expression. With the way she acted, it was obvious that Luna was more popular than he was. It was a good thing Theo was used to this and he was happy about it too, as long as they did not take up too much of the wife's attention. When Theo and Luna entered the residence, Wan turned to Butler Brandon excitedly. "Uncle Brandon, why did Miss Luna suddenly come over? Is she and the Big Master?" Butler Brandon shook his head. "Don't make wild guesses. Miss Luna only looked for the Big Master for business. However, I could see that the chemistry between the two of them was pretty good. There was one more thing he didn't say, and he was not sure if it was his illusion, but he still felt that there was still something in the way Miss Luna looked at the Big Master." After she had greeted Wan and the rest, Luna followed Theo straight to the upstairs study room first. Theo turned the switch on, then helped Luna pull her chair out and indicated that she sit down. Then, he typed in the computer password in front of her. Luna did not have enough time to look away, so she saw Theo's password. Out of curiosity, she subconsciously mumbled, "LUCKY 712. She knew lucky, but what did 712 mean? It seemed neither like Theo's birthday, nor was it little Treasure's birthday, and of course, it was not her birthday either. Theo put one hand on the back of her chair while the other hand controlled the mouse. When he heard her mumble, he nonchalantly said, "The digits in the password symbolize my lucky day, the day we first met." After a moment of being dumbfounded, Luna was so shocked that she started coughing profusely. Now that she thought about it, it really was the day they first met. She had not thought about that at all earlier. Chapter 4:16. It was as if Theo had just uttered a very common sentence, since his expression remained as stoic as usual as he opened up a browser. "Download the game." Oh, right away. Luna quickly took over the mouse. However, Theo's hand had not moved away yet, so she accidentally held his hand instead, then quickly let go again. Sorry. She had just straightened up to apologize when her head sank into Theo's chest. Luna was speechless. Theo touched her head, then as if noticing her distress, he said gently, "I won't bother you anymore. I'll go check out the kitchen downstairs. Just call me if you have any problems." Luna nodded profusely. Okay. When she saw that Devil had left and closed the door behind him, Luna could finally breathe a sigh of relief as she covered her face and laid on the desk. "Theo. If you do that again, I will not be able to help myself and I might stumble, okay?" It was a while before Luna could gather herself again. She went to the website of the game and started to download the game client. The internet speed was fast as always, so it only took 10 minutes for the game to finish downloading. She entered her account password and logged into the game. She skimmed through her list of friends and saw that Adam was online already. Almost immediately after she came online, Adam called to invite her into a game. Luna answered to connect. "You're on so early." Adam scoffed from the other. "You think I'm like you?" When he finished, she asked suspiciously, "Why are you so defensive today? Do you have to nag me when I'm defensive too? Quickly team up. Let's warm up with 2 games. Okay. Let's get it on." Adam immediately became energetic when he heard the game was about to start, forgetting everything else. Tragedy struck just as they started playing. Adam's shouts could be heard loudly from the other end. "Luna. Go on. Why are you zoning out? Pfft. Don't go, there's ambush, jeez. You're dead. Luna. Did you forget to eat your medicine today? Bastard. It's you who forgot to eat your medicine. Your reaction is so slow, couldn't you warn me earlier? You're a swordsman, how could you scold me when you couldn't protect the nurse well?" Even though Luna was guilty, but she definitely would not admit it. Adam was so angry. "Pfft, you're really good at twisting facts. Luneo are you even aware of what you're doing? Are you not in shape today?" When she heard Adam point out her condition, Luna stuttered, "I." With the numerous devil's tricks coming one after another today, her current level of playing focus was already considered normal. Luna gritted her teeth. "Speak less nonsense. Let's go again." The second game began and still, they died horrendously. The loss was so terrible that even Luna was angry now, and she started to fight with Adam. "Adam, were you bitten by a dog? Why did you rush to the front? Did you want to die? Even if I was the reincarnation of Hua Tua, I wouldn't be able to save you. Switch it back, I don't want to play the nurse anymore, I want to switch to being swordsman. Damn it, this was the gaming company's request and not mine. Besides, the issue is not about which character we use. Even though you are more skilled with the attacker type of characters, there is no way you would play the nurse so badly. Tell me honestly, what's going on?" The more Adam thought about it, the more he felt that something was not right. "Blondie Adam, stop giving me excuses. Clearly, it was you who was messing things up and yet you blame me." There was no way Luna would admit that she was out of form because she had been charmed. She was determined on putting the blame onto Adam. Adam on the other end so angry he almost puked blood. Luna was scolding Adam when she looked up and saw that Theo was leaning against the door frame and looking at her. She was not sure how long he had stood there. Chapter 4:17. Theo suddenly felt very awkward and quickly closed her mic. Cough, cough. When did you come? He couldn't have possibly heard her when she was scolding someone, could he? God, no. Actually, I'm not usually this irritable when I play games, and I won't simply scold people. It's mostly because Adam is playing way too horribly today. Theo continued to push the blame on Adam. Theo's lips curved into a grin, very cute. Theo's sudden words made Theo slightly confused. Ah. What's cute? The way you look when you curse. Theo was speechless. Devil, do you have any humanity in you? I have already been wounded so bloodily, and yet you will not let me go. Dinner is ready, want to eat downstairs first? Theo asked. Dinner. She really wanted to eat cabbage. Downstairs. Theo saw that on the table were 3 vegetable dishes and 1 meat, with a soup on the side. It was all home-cooked dishes that looked refreshing and appetizing. In fact, there actually was a big plate of cabbage. Did the devil do this intentionally? Are these enough? Theo asked worriedly. Enough, definitely enough. To avoid danger as soon as she spoke, Theo quickly picked at some dishes and started to scarf the food down. Eat slowly. Theo watched her with a hardly noticeable nervousness in his eyes. Theo did not notice how nervous he was as she continued to eat. However, as she was eating, she noticed something was odd. Theo. What is it? Theo quickly put down his chopsticks to ask. Theo took a bite of the eggplant and chose her words carefully. Is your chef not in too good a mood today? Theo deliberated, then answered confidently, no, his mood is very good today. Theo blinked, then why is his cooking today a little off? Theo's back immediately stiffened when he heard this, but his face remained calm. Why do you say so? Theo pointed at the plate of braised eggplant and said, this eggplant clearly has too much salt in it. Then she picked up a piece of winter melon meat slice and said, this dish has been overcooked. Even the sliced meat is burnt, and the tomato omelet is almost all tomatoes with barely any eggs. Most importantly, salt seemed to have been omitted from the soup. When she finished, she looked up to Theo and was going to continue criticizing when she noticed that his expression was odd. Theo paused slightly, then a thought flashed across her mind and she had a look of disbelief on her face. After a while, she swallowed her saliva and asked weakly, Theo, did you cook these dishes? Theo's expression was heavy as if he did not want to really admit it, but he did not want to lie to her either. Half a second later, he still nodded rigidly. Pfft. Theo said in shock, it really was you. She was in huge trouble. Why didn't he mention it earlier? She had just criticized the devil's cooking like it was nothing. Theo buried her face in her hands and quickly tried to save the situation by saying, I thought it was your chef's cooking. By a professional chef standard, naturally, I would expect much more. Who knew it was the big boss personally cooking? Hope you don't mind me asking, is this your first time cooking? No, I have practiced a few times before. Theo explained really unhappily. As a perfectionist, he was obviously hurt by this first-time failure. Chapter 4:18. Oh, you've practiced a few times, well then you're still considered a newbie. I'm not intentionally complimenting you, but the fact that you can achieve this level for a newbie is really great already. Look at this eggplant, it's especially fragrant, and even though there is a little too much salt, it's definitely flawless. And this winter melon with sliced meat, the meat is only slightly overcooked. I actually like it like that, and this tomato omelet. I realized there were egg shells in them, so I threw away most of the eggs, Theo explained. Luna choked slightly, then continued to compliment with difficulty. Oh, no wonder, this clearly means that you're really strict with your own cooking standards. Actually, a little bit of egg shells wouldn't really ruin everything. When I just started cooking, there would always be shells where there are eggs in my dishes. And this soup, well, soup is better when it's lighter, but most importantly, this cabbage dish. It's done so well. Even more delicious than my own cooking. Luna complimented until her mouth was dry, and Theo's expression finally did soften. I've practiced this dish for a long time. If Luna had gone to the kitchen now, she would see that the rubbish bin filled with the failed cabbage dishes. The plate of success in front of her right now was built on numerous corpses of cabbages. It really is not bad, you'll improve if you practice more. Luna worked harder to coax Theo when she saw that he turned happier. Theo looked at her more seriously. I will, until you're completely satisfied. I didn't mean that. What did he mean by doing it until she was completely satisfied? Besides, what she really wanted to say was, as long as there was someone who knew how to cook, that would be enough, so he didn't need to learn at all. However, the fact that someone like Theo had actually learned how to make soup for her was simply off the charts. Luna had said the wrong things earlier, but in an instance, she was in the clear. Nevertheless, she still did not have the heart to see the devil feeling disappointed. She initially wanted to go on a diet, but at last, she finished all the food and even ate 2 big bowls of rice. When he saw that all the food had been finished, Theo, who was gloomy at the start of the dinner, finally revealed a smile. Luna touched her full tummy and sighed softly. For the charmer's smile, it would be worth it even if she died trying to holding herself up. What times does your live stream start? Theo asked. Luna looked at the time and replied, there's still an hour to go. I was preparing to train for a few rounds first before the game. I am using a different computer after all, and I'm worried that I won't be used to it. I'll go read the script then. Okay, thank you for your hard work, big boss. With that, both parties went their separate ways. Luna returned to the computer. Not sure whether if it was because she had been charmed to the point that she managed to calm down, but for the next few games, Luna finally played to her usual standards. You brat, you finally returned to normal. Otherwise, when we officially start later, we'd definitely be insulted by our fans. I'll say, Luna, is it because you didn't eat earlier and was hungry? Let's just say I was hungry. Very quickly, an hour passed and it was 8 p.m. sharp when the live stream officially started. Luna was just being greeted the gamers and fans when her phone sounded with Adam's message. They were connected to the mic, so what was it that he needed to tell her through text messages? Luna opened it up to see. Filthy Demon King, my God. Luna, what are you doing at my uncle's? Luna was taken aback and she told the fans that she was going to reply a message before replying him very quickly. Chapter 419. Sweet Luna, how do you know? Filthy Demon King, nonsense. You think I wouldn't be able to recognize my uncle's study room? Sweet Luna, the thing is, the background behind me is just a wall, okay? Filthy Demon King, just say if it is or not. Sweet Luna, it is. But it's a long story, I'll tell you later. Focus, we're starting soon. Luna put her phone aside and concentrated on preparing for the live stream. After texting Adam for a while, there had already been many comments from the fans on the live stream. Luna is so pretty. Is that nude makeup today? She, how are your standards? Are you good at battling? I'm playing this game too. I'm so happy. I thought that the goddess room would be pink, but it's actually metallic colored, so cool. Luna skimmed through the comments, then played the game while replying them at the same time. Yep, I didn't go out today so I was lazy to put on makeup. My standards, huh? Just watch later and you guys will know. As for the room, this is not my room. I had some errands to run today, and I could not make it back home in time, so I'm borrowing a crew member's computer. Luna did not say a friend's place because this room was clearly a place where a male lived. If she had said friend, there would definitely be further questions. Indeed, when they heard her mention crew member, no one held on to the question. After waiting for a while, they finally entered the game. Luna's playing condition was close to fully restored now, and she was ready to show off her capabilities when Adam pulled a trick again. This time, it was his turn to act oddly. In fact, he fared even worse than the previous horrible games when she had acted out. Luna almost scolded him, but she remembered in time that this was a live stream, so she could only suppress it and say with a soft voice, Senior Adam, go slower, I can't keep up. I can't heal you. Adam. Are you rushing for incarnation? Stay right there. Senior Adam, you must protect me. If the nurse is dead, everyone will be in danger. Stupid blondie. Are you a pig? Do you understand the human language? Senior Adam, be careful, 3 people are coming from the front. We won't be able to defeat them, let's run. Stupid blondie. Quickly run. If you want to die yourself, don't drag me down with you. After one game, Luna was already mentally exhausted. They lost in this round as expected, and the live stream was filled with insults. Before this, they had complimented them previously when they saw the results of Adam and her past battles. Now that there was such a huge drop in performance, it was no wonder the gamers were angry. Of course, it was a good thing Adam's fans were loyal enough that they very quickly defended the angry scoldings. All you dogs, go away. We're here to see the eye candy, not to see a professional competition. Who cares if he plays well or not? Even if our Adam used his face to roll over the keyboards, we'd watch too. All the best, bro Adam, we'll send you a big yacht. Even though Adam's fans did not mind, in order to prevent herself from exploding with anger, Luna still used the intermission to call Adam secretly. Big bro, are you messing with me? I finally calmed down enough to play well to go online and now you're going offline on me? Adam on the other end of the phone was silent for a while, when finally he asked, should I change the way I address you and start calling you Auntie? What, Auntie? Adam, are you having Auntie paranoia right now? I'm here on official business, alright? I'm waiting for your uncle to help me run through a script. Cleo isn't here, and your uncle is leaving the country for work tomorrow too, so he only has time tonight. Really? Why would I lie to you? No, wait, you played so horribly earlier because you were thinking about this nonsense? Chapter 420. I'm just deep in thought about the tragedy of being one level of seniority in the family below you. Fine. Hanging up now. Just watch, I'll bring you for a ride in the next round. Adam said before hanging up. Luna was speechless. It was a good thing that Adam really did return to normal after that, and with their excellent chemistry, they managed to win 3 rounds in a row with all sorts of traps planned out for the opponent. They played a very beautiful comeback game. The audience viewing the game increased, and they incidentally broke the record for highest number of live streamers. What a beauty. I thought the commercial was just lying. Who knew that a girl could play a game this well? Don't judge a book by its cover. This beauty is obviously an expert, okay? Look at her mouse and keyboard, that set is enough to make up for several months of my salary. When she read the comments, Luna took a step back and subconsciously looked at the mouse and keyboard she was using. The equipment's jet black appearance looked ordinary. Who knew it was so expensive? It was a good thing that she had not accidentally spoiled it. While she was still interacting with the audience, there were 3 knocks on the study room door before it was pushed open. Theo stood at the door with the script in his hands and raised his eyebrows to ask if it was over. Luna looked down and saw that she had achieved the gaming company's requested time, so she said goodbye to everyone and went offline. How was it? Smooth? Theo asked. There was a slight issue at the start, but after that, it all went pretty smoothly. Just now one of the audience said that your mouse and keyboard set was really expensive. It's no wonder it was so nice to use. That's good then. Are you done reading the script? Luna saw that he held the script and asked him anxiously. Theo walked into the living room and sat on the sofa. There was seriousness written all over his face. When she saw Theo's expression, Luna suddenly became nervous. Is there a problem with the script? There's no problem with the topic. Luna just breathed a sigh of relief when Theo continued, but I wouldn't suggest for you to shoot this. Why? Luna was stunned. Theo frowned and said, there are too many dangerous scenes. Dangerous scenes? Which part? Luna tried to recall and remembered that the female lead had a passion for extreme sports. Are you talking about the scenes with the car racing, bungee jumping, fencing, water jet and all those sports? Actually, I'm quite used to all of that. Besides, when we're shooting those scenes, I'm sure I wouldn't really be doing the sports most of the time, so there wouldn't be too much danger. Luna tried hard to persuade him. Unfortunately for her, it seemed that Theo had already set his mind to it. Luna, choose another script. If you didn't fancy any of the ones that Ling Gigi let you pick, I can prepare more for you. Luna's heart instantly dipped and her expression changed. I don't want anything else. I like this one. It's that or nothing. Theo's brows closed in. Be good. Luna felt wronged. Theo, why can't you just trust me? Luna, it's not that I don't trust you. You're someone who I brought in, I have to be responsible for your life, and that is my bottom line. Theo left no room for any further debate. Pfft. How was it so serious that it had reached the bottom line? Could it be that this script was fated not to be her destiny? Luna could not believe that after busying about for the whole day, the day would end like this. Actually, those scenes were really no problem for her, but it seemed like Theo insisted for her not to be involved in it. What could she do? When she thought about the script that sparked her passion so intensely, Luna was unwilling to give up, no matter how hard she thought about it, and she decided to fight for it again. Geez, she was always seduced by the devil, now it was her turn.